Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Lakeside Fantasy Podcast, where we don't have the answers, but neither do the experts. It's another
That's
week
right.
in the books. How are we feeling, guys?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Nobody's drinking hot sauce. I mean, no one that said they would drink hot sauce is drinking hot sauce, so we're all probably good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to go straight to the hot takes, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
My hate for the Bengals is really making me look smart here.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's definitely a hot one. Against
Yeah.
Dallas
I
without
can't
Dak.
believe that.
They almost lost it. They almost blew it. Same way that the Steelers almost lost it last week against the Bengals.
I'd be very upset if I was a Bengals fan. They're gonna rebound, but that hurts. 2 weeks, oh my god.
Those are 2 tough losses.
Yeah.
But
How'd
they'll
y'all
come back, I'm
doing?
sure.
How'd y'all do in fantasy this week? Feeling pretty good.
Stinkers.
Stinkers.
Yeah.
Besides one league.
Yeah.
Which is the game against you, which I still might lose because Tyreek Hill is a monster.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I don't know. You guys blowing up your teams yet?
Well, I had Trey Lance in 2 of my leagues.
Hurt. Niners are cursed.
I got to do something.
Every year, the Niners have significant injuries. Every single year. They're cursed, man. They're just cursed. 5 minutes before we started this podcast, here's your breaking news update. The rookie running back for the Niners, who's probably RB2 now since Elijah Mitchell went down. Just what was his injury? What did I say? You guys remember what he said?
Ankle sprain?
Ankle sprain. It was 4 to 6 weeks ankle sprain. So now they're down another running back. Down Trey Lance, down Elijah Mitchell. Who's next?
George Kittle.
George Kittle isn't playing. Yeah,
Mhm.
Niners are cursed, man.
Pray for Debo.
Yeah. He's next. I'm just convinced they're cursed and he's next. And you know what? Maybe that's a hot take. We're gonna go based on curses now.
Yeah.
That's who we're avoiding drafting, based on curses. But I think the Niners are actually cursed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're trying to talk about the 49ers right now or that game, but
let's do it. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. I'm thinking that the 49ers as an offense, receivers, tight end, running back, I think they all benefit from Jimmy Garoppolo coming back into this offense. I think we're going to see what we saw last year with that offense. Trey Lance, I mean, we have no idea how that was going to turn out. I mean, he was a running quarterback, so already taking away value from Debo and Jeff Wilson now. I was going to say Elijah Mitchell. But... So, I don't know. Not panicking on their offense. I mean, they performed well with Jimmy Garoppolo, so.
That's actually that's a good point. Because I think Jimmy Garoppolo, they might have one of the best backup quarterback situations for a starting quarterback to get injured. And that I feel the same way that I'm not particularly scared of these offensive weapons now. It's we don't have Trey Lance because we already have seen it, and there are obviously there's gonna be fantasy viable people on this team for sure with Garoppolo at QB until the curse hits and Garoppolo gets hurt and Debo gets hurt and Jeff Wilson also gets hurt and then George Kittle comes back and then gets hurt. Then we're going to be talking some waiver wire pickups.
Just have every 49ers running back.
Just get them all. Get them now. Get them all. They're
Yeah.
cheap. You just don't know. You don't know. You guys in on Jeff Wilson? I'm kind of curious because I have him in fantasy.
Not too much, yeah. I mean, I wasn't really excited for any 49er running back. With Debo there, and I mean, they have a good offense and everything, but like, um, I don't like having Jeff Wilson and then Elijah Mitchell coming back and kind of taking over that RB1 role. So,
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be buying Jeff Wilson.
mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I was like, I don't know, if I
Yeah,
was like an Elijah Mitchell owner, I don't think I'd be going out and buying Jeff Wilson unless he's like very cheap because
yeah,
like it's a rental for like 6-7 weeks, which is a significant amount of time. But I think if you snag Jeff Wilson off the waivers, though, you're probably feeling pretty good.
mm-hmm.
Just because like we now that we have one game in, like we've seen how they're like distributing the touches, and he did get almost 20 carries. So like off the waiver wire, good Ed.
Yeah, I was super excited about Elijah Mitchell coming into the season. Uh, I always thought that if he stays healthy, he's just a top 15 running back for fantasy, especially in the 49ers offense. So I was really bummed when he went down. Uh, Jeff Wilson, I think I mean, he got 18 carries this game. He's definitely going to be the workhorse for the 49ers. I'm not expecting Elijah Mitchell kind of numbers from him, but definitely. I mean, if you picked him off of waivers and you had Elijah Mitchell, I mean, you have no choice but to start Jeff Wilson probably. But
I I will add that just like looking at the box score, Tyrion Davis Price, that's the rookie running back who they drafted in the third round. He's the one that got the ankle sprain like 5 minutes ago. He just like today, and they gave him 14 carries.
I
So
believe
now,
that was later in the game too. When they like already
okay,
sealed that game, they gave him the
yeah,
carries.
okay, okay. I didn't know that, but if I had Jeff Wilson, which I do, I feel kind of comfortable starting him depending on the matchup. He's had good games in the past.
Yeah.
But if you need somebody, yeah, I'm not buying. I'm not like going out and trading for him, but
Yeah.
uh, Seahawks came back down to earth this week.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, Rashad Penny, you. Ken Walker, you. DK Metcalf, you. I'm a
I
fan.
just
Yeah,
I don't like this offense.
I don't like this offense either. I drafted DK Metcalf and I'm like pulling my hair out because I was like he's gonna get so many targets and like this offense is gonna be bad, but like he's gonna get all these targets, and now he has like 2 games where he's at 30 yards each game, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, I think
can't
this
trust
offense
this.
this offense is going to be insanely inconsistent.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I don't really. I mean, if you have DK Metcalf, I feel like you have to start him.
I
But I just,
guess I I'm at the point where it's like one more game. He has a really good matchup against like the Falcons next week, I think. I'm like doing one more against a good matchup, but if it's not happening, it's not happening. And we might have to look into something else, which kind of hurts. But I I was willing to take the gamble with DK because he's a very talented player.
Hmm.
But this offense is looking rough.
yeah,
It was encouraging to see Tyler Lockett have a good game though, because I feel like people were really writing Tyler Lockett just out. Like they're just like he's just going to be a non-factor, and I think it is going to be more of an inconsistent offense where people are they're going to have their games. It's just going to be like you can't ever reliably trust anyone.
yeah. And the 49ers are also like a pretty good defense. So
Yeah,
it could
Hmm.
be a little bit of that too, playing into it.
where are we going next? We moving on. What game we got? My phone, so I have to like lean in.
Could just like go down the list.
Let's put on the list. We see
Yeah,
Chargers Chiefs first.
yeah, Chargers Chiefs.
Let's do it. Um, Fun game.
Yeah.
Really fun game.
Hmm.
So Clyde Edwards-Helaire looked pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, he had over 100 scrimmage yards, 8 carries, 9 yards per carry. Why? What? I can't. I had
What
him last year
universe
in
are we living
fantasy. I don't
in?
understand. I don't get it. We don't have the answers, but neither do the experts. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Any reactions from this one?
um,
Look at that stat line. MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 7 targets, 2 catches, 13 yards.
yeah,
Like that.
like Clyde probably had the best stat line here
Yeah.
out
Oh
of
yeah.
all the Chiefs.
Dominated the run game.
Like
Everyone
Justin
was all.
Watson had 2 catches for a touchdown, but like,
Mhm.
I'm not saying go pick him up off of waivers.
This is like a
That's
weird
just
thing. They're like spreading it out so much, and like it's really hard to trust anyone in this offense, which is weird because it's the
yeah.
Chiefs' offense. They're just I don't know. You can trust Kelsey obviously,
Hmm.
but
It's yeah. It's odd to say, but like Kelsey is definitely a lock. But well, that's not the odd thing to say. That's a very normal thing to say. But
hot take, hot
I think
take.
yeah, I don't think I'm trusting any other receiver. I mean, Clyde might be another Chiefs player that I might be comfortable starting now, but like in terms of like receiving options, I think it's a huge gamble to start any of them.
Yeah, I was
Hmm.
kind of hyped on Juju before the season started, and now like obviously it's a little like ooh. It just doesn't seem like they have a clear pecking order of receiver. I mean, according to targets, MVS is their wide receiver 1, so maybe go pick up MVS Marcus Valdez-Scantling. I don't know. I don't have the answers here. I don't have a crystal ball. Everyone was all hyped up on Isaiah Pacheco, the running back they drafted. And then
Yeah.
he got 2 carries in this game. Like I'm not trusting it. I'm not trusting anybody outside of Mahomes, Kelsey, and then Clyde. And Clyde is like proceed with caution. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
Even
Clyde's definitely
Sky
like not a
Moore.
lock.
Like where's Sky Moore? Everyone was all hyped about Sky Moore too. Like
I
he had a
think
good
they
catch
were
last
only
game.
using him as like a punt returner.
Hmm.
Were they?
I don't even know if he was like out there with the offense.
He had a pretty nice catch the first game. I'm pretty sure. That's why you got to be careful about overreacting. Mike Williams had his game though.
Oh yeah.
Silencing the doubters with Mike Williams. And Gerald Everett is looking like a potential tight end pickup for
I
sure.
I said last week, Jared
You
Everett.
did. You were
Take a
early on
look
that
at.
one for sure. But yet 10 targets, tight end, 10 targets, 71 yards,
Dude, did you see
tight end.
that play before Justin Herbert threw a pick six? Everett was like, "I'm gassed, bro. Take me out of the game."
Are you serious?
And yeah, the head coach is like, "Nah, you're staying in there."
Yeah, they wanted to go hurry up. And it really backfired.
Oh yeah, because Herbert was throwing to Gerald Everett, and he was too gassed to
Oh my
do
gosh.
his route, I guess, and then it just turned into a pick six,
Of course.
which that cost him the game like 100%.
Yeah, everything turned there.
Eckler had a pretty okay game.
Good PPR or
A,
solid
a,
PPR game.
a solid PPR game. Really, really bad yards per carry, but dominated the rushing attempts. So that's encouraging to see for sure.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Isaiah Spiller, which is what everyone was talking about, or who
Yeah,
everyone was talking about in the off season.
yeah. No, this is like if you're an Eckler owner, this is like you're a kid and you're walking into a candy shop. Like this is perfect. He's getting all the work rushing wise, and he's getting a ton of targets.
Yeah, there's no concerns.
I've seen Joshua Palmer as a potential like waiver pickup. Even though he had 30 yards, he did have like 8 targets. So,
Yeah.
and he's a rookie. Like he's a 3rd-round rookie.
Yeah. Stats could be a little bit inflated for this game because it's a Mahomes versus Herbert matchup, so there's going to be a lot of throwing involved. I mean, Herbert threw it almost 50 times.
That's a good point. I'm not running to pick him up. Also, when I think when like Keenan Allen comes back too, I think that they could potentially like take him out of the equation a little bit, not entirely, but a little bit.
Yeah, but I think Mike Williams is definitely established as like you kind of have to start him. I feel like
I think so, and like,
even if Keenan Allen's playing,
even if you get a bad game from him, I think too. Like he's one of those guys who's going to be like 30 points, 5, 30. 10,
I think
5.
I think you ride the wave with this guy.
Ride the wave with Mike Williams. I'm trusting the inconsistency. You know, like just stick him in there for 5 weeks straight, and what you get is what you get. You'll probably get some wins. All right, we'll move to the next one.
Yeah,
that was a fun game though. What we got?
Yeah, that was a Prime exclusive game. I think since Amazon's taken over Thursday Night Football, they're having some bangers on there.
Is it on NFL Plus too? You think they're doing that on purpose for NFL Plus? Oh no.
Well, it said exclusive on Prime, so I think Prime was the only way you could watch it.
So the streaming wars are entering the NFL. Basically.
Yeah. My parents were very confused. They're like, "Where's football? I thought we got this with cable." They were trying to blame YouTube TV. I was like, "This is not YouTube TV's fault. I promise."
I think the streaming wars, like it being a Prime exclusive, that's bad for us football fans.
It is.
It's bad for us. We don't win there. But I mean, I have Prime, so I'm not gonna complain too much right now. But it is bad for us. What game are we on?
Patriots Steelers.
Patriots Steelers.
Yeah. This was an interesting one, for sure. That Nelson Aguilar touchdown, nice. That was nice. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty nice. Jacoby Myers, he might be a pickup for me. Like this is a guy that we were saying I picked. I think a lot of us picked in the later rounds as a very safe pick. Dude, he got 13 targets in this game. You can get him for free. You can just go get him.
Is he even a waiver pickup? I thought like over 70% of leagues had him.
I hope so.
I hope so too, because like Jacoby Myers, we've been saying that like he's a very safe pickup in the late rounds because he should be the number 1 guy for that offense.
Looks like he's 91%.
Okay.
So.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's a higher ownership than I was expecting, but that is completely justified. Like Jacoby Myers needs some respect on his name, because like he's gonna get his.
Yeah.
Especially with that target share. That's really, really good.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Though I'm not like running to get Nelson Aguilar after this.
No,
game.
I'm not either. He's gonna be super streaky, I think.
Yep.
Go Birds.
Did Damian Harris get injured?
Did he?
Yes,
I'm not.
But he says he's okay. So
okay.
I guess.
Well, you know who's not okay? All those suckers that we told to draft Ramondre Stevenson. We owe you a personal apology. That's our bad. But it seemed like it was going to work out. Didn't. Sorry.
Well, we just have to take this as a lesson of not trusting what people say out of camp. They've been saying that Stevenson was looking like the guy, and it just isn't, I guess.
Yep. And literally one, who, I don't know who's saying this. It's just one dude that's at camp that's like, he's the guy. And then ADP just goes, 7th round. What? Why? So.
I mean, yeah. I would still have Ramondre Stevenson on your roster. I mean, as a handcuff.
Why not?
Whole different conversation if Harris actually was injured. You know,
yeah, for sure.
Be looking at a really
top 20
good
guy, probably.
Yeah, running back there.
For sure. Najee Harris, yuck, dude, yuck. Actually, well, no,
It,
that's bad. I didn't see the receiving line. It's actually not that bad. It's like
it
80, 89 scrimmage yards.
it's
Just like
okay.
okay.
He's always been inefficient, like with his yards per carry.
That's what I
And
saw initially. That's why I said yuck. That 3.3 yards per carry.
his stat
Oof.
lines are never pretty, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Not bad with the receiving though. Five
No,
receptions, 40 yards.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
nice.
I
Kind
didn't
of
see that until
saved him.
after. Yeah, it did for sure. George Pickens, where you at? ADP, eighth round. Why not? 23 yards. Claypool. Eh. I don't know. You
This
can't trust
offense
anyone
is dog
outside of
crap.
Deion. It's just yeah,
This
you can't
offense
trust
is
anyone
so
really.
bad. I hate this offense. I stop Trubisky from playing.
Ugh. Uh, you
That
start
throw
Najee
Kenny Pickett
Harris.
out there. I
Yeah,
or something with the offensive coordinator. I think this is a terrible offense, and I don't. I'm not touching it. Deontay
tell
Johnson,
him.
only player I'm touching, and Najee Harris. You kind of have to,
Yeah,
but just
I'm like scared of Deontay
I,
Johnson now though. Like just seeing how this offense is. Like it's like, whew, I don't know.
he he's still getting the volume. That's the only
Yeah,
reason why I'm okay with having Deontay Johnson. But like they're touchdowns for Najee Harris and Deontay Johnson are going to be a down year for them in terms of touchdowns. If the offense keeps looking like this,
are these
uh,
potential like sell high kind of candidates? Like if you have Deontay Johnson and say he goes out there next game and he gets 2 touchdowns, you selling him? So I think that I don't
I
know.
would I would definitely consider it.
Yeah, that
Uh,
that that was just my thought there because I don't see a world where this offense gets consistent. And Deontay Johnson will have targets for sure, like a ton of targets, but two straight weeks at 50 yards is like what you invested in Deontay Johnson. It's not happening at the moment. You're not getting what you thought.
yeah,
I mean, I
I
guess you bought
mean,
into the target share more
I
than anything.
yeah, I'm always a buyer of target share. I mean, last
Mhm.
season in PPR, I think Deontay Johnson only had one game that was under 10 points, and it was like 9.8 or something like that. And
Yeah,
he's continuing his streak of being over 10 points in PPR this year. So
that's true.
I'm still getting what I'm expecting. I mean, I knew this offense was going to be awful, but I still bought Deontay Johnson in one of my leagues because target share is king in PPR, I feel like.
True. Very true. Moving to the next one.
Sure.
Do it. We got some Monday Night Football to watch. We got to get going.
Panthers, Giants.
Panthers Giants. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, McCaffrey had a good game. He had some really nice plays, some nice runs. I don't know if you guys saw highlights on this one.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch any highlights of the Giants and Panthers, but I will apologize to the Giants again.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Giants
renegade.
are. I mean, we live in a weird. Well, we'll get there. We live in a weird world where like we've got some fantasy relevant Commanders and Giants here. So I don't
Yeah.
know, guys. I might be running to snag Sterling Shepard after this one. I know the stat line isn't great, but he's getting so many targets. Even after like if you look at last week's stat line, I think he had like 12 targets in that game too. In this game, he had 10 targets. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Sterling Shepard. I mean, he's been around for a while, and so has his quarterback has been around for a couple years. Uh, I mean, it's looking positive for Shepard, but we've already seen this duo together for quite a while, and they haven't really done much. So it's hard for me to get too excited.
You know who I'm not excited about?
Kadarius
Kadarius Toney. Sorry about that, everyone.
Toney.
Kadarius Toney. Yikes! I don't know what he did, but it must have been bad. I don't know what he said. Who? I have no idea. But it's like they just they're like, no, we don't even want to play you. We don't like you anymore. Go away. Like, oh, two
I don't
catches,
know.
no yards. I don't know. Saquon,
Ugly.
more encouraging stuff though. McCary's kind of like, but he's getting
Yeah.
all the volume.
He's always a big play kind of player.
Yeah.
That's where he gets his points.
DJ Moore got a touchdown, not the best yardage, but I think now is like a prime buy low time for DJ Moore because I think DJ Moore is gonna have a good season. That's where I'm at with DJ Moore.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not scared of DJ Moore. Definitely can get him for lower value than what his ADP was.
Robbie Anderson. Sorry for the people that added him on waivers. 32 yards. He's gonna be. I feel like he's gonna be like one of those like either super streaky players or like. I would never. I don't know. I don't feel confident. I wouldn't feel confident starting him every week. And he's like a different kind of streaky than like Mike Williams. Like he'll have less huge games, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, DJ Moore's the only one I trust.
Yeah.
On the receiver side, like.
Especially with like Baker there. I don't know. Baker's been doing okay, right? You know, no interceptions this game, but like not really like they're not like they didn't throw that much.
Yeah, the stat line isn't. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't think. I don't. I think I don't like Baker Mayfield as a quarterback. I'm not too excited for like wide receiver fantasy assets. I mean, I know I've been saying I like DJ Moore, which I still do, but it's hard to get too excited with Baker throwing the ball.
I get that. Yeah. I think he'll definitely be the leading receiver on the season for the Panthers for sure.
I heard.
But
I think.
yeah,
Or,
you're good.
sorry, not to go.
No.
Cut you off. Um, I I didn't fact check this, but I hope it's true. Um, I think some reporter or someone Baker how he could cut back on like interceptions while like in the pocket or something like that. And he responded with by saying like, "Oh well, I just have to grow 5 inches and then I'll be okay." I was like, I don't know if that's the kind of response you want to give. You're basically saying I can't fix that.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. My goodness, that's a yeah.
It's pretty tough when the media hates you like that.
Yeah.
Like when everyone kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what a good response would be.
Definitely not worried about McCaffrey though. After this game.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I'm not worried either. I mean, it could be a buy low because he's not doing what people are expecting from him. I feel like he hasn't like blown up in one game yet. Uh,
Yeah. Like people
but
took
he'll
him
have
#1 overall and
right,
kind of expect that from him, but
right. So you might be able to buy low on him, and I mean, you're still gonna have to give up a piece and a half to get
Yeah,
him,
for sure,
but
for sure.
definitely his value is lower than what it was before the season started.
That's a good point.
Ready for
What do we
the
got
next
next?
one?
Yeah, let's get. What do we
Yeah,
got? What do we got?
Jets Browns.
Jets Browns. Crazy game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was a
yeah.
good one.
This is a really good one. Flacco. How
Flacco,
about
man.
Flacco?
Elite
Oh,
quarterback.
I know. Garrett Wilson had a game, man. Garrett Wilson had a game.
Shout out to Lena's brother. Traded away Garrett Wilson before the game started in Dynasty.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was an interesting move for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I also took an L. I dropped him the week before.
Oh
Which-
no.
It's like
That's a tough bullet to bite.
That hurts. That really hurts.
But that being said, I think he's going to be a streaky player. I don't know if we can expect 4 touchdowns from Joe Flacco week in and week out.
I don't know, man. Flacco, probably not. But he's an extremely talented receiver. Garrett Wilson is big time playmaker. Brees Hall looks pretty good. He's hard to trust because of the limited opportunities that he's kind of getting at the moment, but he's looking good.
In.
He's creeping in. He might be a buy low kind of candidate for later in the season. If you're feeling okay with doing that, your team's doing all right and you're getting some wins, maybe you want to potentially target him for later. Season.
I did sell Michael Carter on one of my teams.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because I see Brees Hall just kind of taking over that role over time, and Michael Carter's had two okay, or one pretty good PPR game, and then this week was just an okay game.
Yep.
10 points.
I wouldn't really want Michael Carter, honestly. If I had him, I would be looking to trade him also.
Yeah.
Chubb had a game. Chubb had a game.
Good old reliable Chubb.
Couple episodes ago, said hot take: Nick Chubb finishes running back #1 overall.
Mm-hmm.
See it? Kind of. Probably not, but this is a good one. This is a really good game for him. I mean, it's against the Jets, but it's a good game.
Yeah, classic Chubb game. I feel like where just the entire offense runs through Chubb.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mari Cooper also had a good game, which was encouraging to see, especially if you bought Mari Cooper.
Yeah. Sell high candidate?
I think so. You can't trust him, I feel like.
I mean, Brissett, though, it looks like he had a pretty efficient game.
Yeah. I'd be looking to sell personally.
Could justify holding on to him until Watson comes back.
Right?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Say if you need more depth, then sell him. But if you're feeling pretty good with your team, I'd hold him.
I agree with that. Kareem Hunt didn't do too much, but I mean, he's still getting the carries.
Yeah, he's a good flex play, and just if you have Chubb and you have Hunt, Kareem Hunt on your bench or something, you're sitting pretty, man.
That's a good combo to have. Very safe. But yeah, I mean, not too much to say. I mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones kind of sold my team. Yeah, he had an okay game week 1 and then just did actually nothing.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you guys, you run to your waiver wire and you put in a claim. You go get Cade York before he blows up. It's already too late. You already missed him. He's gone. You missed him. You run to that waiver wire and you grab Cade York.
Who?
This is why you go to the waivers. Get him quick. Cade York is the kicker for the Browns. They drafted the 3rd round or 4th round.
Oh.
And he hit the That one, he had the game winner last week against the Panthers.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of joking. I am joking, but
I was gonna say you missed an extra point there.
yeah.
3 for 4.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh,
Ooh.
ouch. Hot take. Go get Cade York. He'll be a top 3 kicker at the end of the year. Lukewarm take. What do we got next? What do we got?
Yeah, move next to next game.
Okay, we got Colts Jags.
Yeah, this is
This is
rough,
a
man.
telling game.
Yeah. Oh, and they lost Pittman to injury. He didn't even play. That was rough.
I think that hurt their offense a lot. Not
I
having
think
Pittman
so
in there.
too.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But still, like the Jaguars, you got Jonathan Taylor, man, and you don't put up any points.
I cannot
like
believe this.
Matt Ryan didn't look good week 1, and he looked awful in week 2. So it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. I am so sorry for all of you that drafted Travis Etienne. Like, I'm so sorry. James Robinson is just that guy, man. He's just that guy. He's so good.
I
He's
try
so
to warn
good.
you guys. I try to warn you.
He's so good, and when I say so good, I mean he has 2.8 yards per carry this week, which is really, really bad. But I don't care because I love James Robinson. He's such an underdog story.
Christian Kirk, though, my man. My man's balling out.
Dude, he's looking real nice.
Dude,
so nice.
Like, Christian Kirk is going to do pretty nice throughout the entire season.
I really think so.
Yeah, I've been saying that. But, I mean, I'm a little sad about it, but also kind of excited at the same time. I sold Christian Kirk. I sold high on him. I cashed in with T. Higgins and Tony Pollard. This was part of the Christian Kirk and Michael Carter for T. Higgins and Tony Pollard. It could bite me in the butt if Christian Kirk is that guy.
I think Christian Kirk is looking like that guy, but can't even have a T. Higgins, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty safe swap, I think.
Yeah, I like T. Higgins, so sold high. We'll see how that trade plays out. But yeah, I mean James Robinson, looking like you can maybe trust starting him if he's getting 20 carries a game.
I think he can do it. I think you can trust him. What's up with ETN, man? Why do the Jaguars do weird things? Like draft running backs really high when they have a very talented undrafted rookie running back who kills it, and then they just don't use the other running back as much as people thought. Like it's so confusing.
I mean, maybe they're gonna run James Robinson into the ground this season, keep ETN healthy, because this is like James Robinson's last year in his contract, I believe.
Yeah.
So
could be a thing.
But I mean, you've been saying this, Kyle. Like James Robinson has always looked really good, and they should continue using him.
Yeah, and I'm kind of
coming back.
Yeah, and I'm like kind of mad I didn't listen to my own thoughts because I didn't draft James Robinson in any of my leagues, even though he was available very late. Because I was just I can't. Yeah, I was like I can't trust with ETN. I honestly just thought ETN was gonna get the carries, but I thought the Jaguars, like drafting ETN was a really interesting choice because James Robinson just looked so good. Like in the seasons that they had him, he looked so good on such trash teams. The Jaguars looked so bad, and the only person you'd start on that team was James Robinson, and he was consistently pretty good. So it's like one of those things where I'm like kicking myself for not just listening to my own words. Just listen to myself. James Robinson's good.
If I'm a James Robinson owner, I'd potentially try to like buy low on ETN because I think that'd be a good handcuff to have in case James Robinson ever goes down.
Just listen to what you just said. In what world did you ever think you were going to be saying this? Go
I'm
go
not too
get Travis
surprised.
Etienne for your handcuff to James Robinson. Like, what's happening?
Hey,
I love
I
it
was
though. I love it.
oh yeah, I was always hesitant. I'm like, I don't know about ETN, man.
I don't know, because like it seemed like they drafted him for Trevor Lawrence, like his teammate
Yeah.
from college. Like, just seemed perfect. Like, oh, he's gonna be the one. Like,
That's why I was like not drafting James Robinson for that like very reason. I'm like, this it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't they go that way? This
Yeah.
is just a curveball.
And Trevor Lawrence might have had his best game of his entire career.
Yeah,
Could be a
for sure.
promising sign.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence is. This isn't a hot take. I think Trevor Lawrence is a very talented player.
yeah, the whole thing
I
was just the team, how well they were gonna be, and the talent around him.
Hmm. So
man,
yeah, a waiver pickup, Trevor Lawrence maybe.
maybe honestly, maybe. What do we got next? What do we got next?
Where am
Going down the list, Dolphins Ravens
Oh,
I? Wow.
favorite game of the week, man.
great game,
Such a good game. Um,
dude.
instant
Tua,
reaction. Tua, you
Tua.
can trust Tua. I don't
Oh
care.
my
You can
God,
trust Tua.
more
Uh,
accurate than Patrick Mahomes.
more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. You can trust
Mhm.
this man. You can trust him. 6
Dude,
touchdowns. It was such a good game. Tyreek Hill so good. Jalen Waddle so good. I think Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are both top 15 options going forward.
yeah,
I
we've
honestly
all
believe that.
yeah we've all had Tyreek Hill ranked pretty high in our preseason rankings.
Mhm.
Um, I was probably the main doubter for Jalen Waddle though. I normally stood clear of him in my drafts, and I also recommended that other people did it. So I apologize. I don't, I wasn't I wasn't expecting a 6 TD performance from Tua. I didn't think he had that in him, but apparently he does. So I guess I wouldn't be too surprised if not 6 TDs being the norm, but Tua letting it loose.
I think even like just dialing it back, I think if we can say anything is that like the question of like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, like if he's gonna be able to sustain two fantasy relevant receivers, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And
Yeah.
I think so. Like the answer is just yes.
Um. Yeah. I mean, you could put. Yeah, you might not want to sell high on these guys, but you could potentially get a haul for these guys right now.
You can get a haul, and depending on your team situation, it might be smart to get a haul.
Yeah.
But
If you had some injuries.
If I had Tyreek Hill or Waddle, I wouldn't want to be shipping them anywhere.
I
Nowhere.
think we also had someone in our league that had both of them.
Yo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was our dynasty league. He auto drafted.
You
He
Hmm.
just
auto.
win.
Yeah.
You just won. You won that week. It's over.
Why, I think it's actually a close game, believe it or
That's
not.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous that you haven't just won that game already.
Yeah.
Bateman looked real good. Lamar Jackson looked
Ooh,
so good.
what I say?
So good.
Expect 50-yard bombs to to Rashad Bateman every single week. He's the new Marquise
Crazy.
Brown for Lamar Jackson.
Crazy. You hit the nail on the head, I think. Like I would be starting Bateman with no questions in my head forever now. I'm just
I
starting
agree.
Rashad Bateman.
I agree. You definitely have to start him. He's gonna be booming more than he's busting, I think.
Are you guys buying low on J.K. Dobbins' return?
Yes.
You are. Okay, that's interesting. I was kind of leaning towards like no,
J.K.
just
Dobbins is
because how much Lamar Jackson runs. But I'd like to hear. I'd
he,
like to hear what you said to say.
I think he's only running it so much because they don't have a reliable running back to give it to. I think when J.K. Dobbins is fully healthy and gets a full workload, I think he's going to be a top running back. I really do. And I think this offense as a whole is going to be really balanced when he comes back into the picture.
He is
He's
such
that guy.
yeah, he's like such an interesting player to me because like he looked really good in his rookie year. Like towards the end of his rookie year, he had some really solid games. We haven't seen him in like over a year. He didn't play at all last year. It's very he's an interesting player to me because he
Yeah.
potentially could be a buy low right now. Like just
I
buy him
think
low now before he comes back relatively soon because this offense is looking good.
definitely a buy low candidate. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have played these first 2 weeks if they wanted to, but I don't think they are rushing to get him back into the lineup until they're confident he's good to go.
Sorry, you sold me. Buy low, J.K. Dobbins.
I
All right, let's check the
mean,
next one. What we got? Or anything else? Sorry, good.
I was just gonna say, what do you think, Connor?
Um, I guess it depends like what you would give up for J.K. Dobbins because like I was kind of with Kyle where I don't like any of the Ravens running backs like Lamar Jackson running and everything. I don't know. It hasn't been good luck there. He's coming off an injury. It's pretty risky. Um, if I'm giving up like scraps, then yeah, but I'm not looking to buy.
So you wouldn't be like trading uh, any starting caliber players for J.K. Dobbins.
No,
Okay,
it would
that's
have
interesting.
definitely a bench player.
Yeah,
And then at that
I
point, I don't think anyone's going for it.
yeah. People drafted J.K. Dobbins with the thought that he was going to be starting week 1, and now we're on to week 3 and he hasn't played yet. So I think
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins owners are kind of panicking a little bit. They're not
I
getting what they expected. So
I
I think he
yeah
is definitely a buy low target.
yeah because I think you get that panic almost that especially if they're losing games also and they're not seeing points from people they're drafting. Like and I think he's gonna start playing soon.
Hmm.
So if whichever end of the spectrum you're on, if you believe in J.K. Dobbins, your window to buy low on him may be closing. You know, but
Hmm.
if you're on Connor's side and you see the injury and the uncertainty with Lamar Jackson running, conversation doesn't concern you.
Want to
I
do
don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. Like this is the time to buy low on him, but I don't know if I fully trust him when he comes back, just because of how much Lamar Jackson runs there
so
and
much
rolls throwing
risk?
touchdowns and stuff. It's risky. It's a risky move, but the move is potentially there.
Yeah,
So
if you're not giving up
whether you
that
really
much, then I think it's totally worth it.
no.
But yeah, next game.
I wanted to
Ooh.
see your
All right.
guys' opinions on the backfield for the Dolphins. Chase
Oh
Edmonds. It seemed
yeah,
like he was the guy,
I
and
know. It's
then
so
Mostert comes in. Like,
I'm out.
I
I'm out. I don't want
yeah.
any of it. I don't want any.
I
Chase Edmonds has a good game next week. Selling him. Goodbye. I don't want any of this.
they're I think they're feeling out both running backs.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't like. We
Um,
don't like that. We don't like the way that
that's
looks.
terrible for fantasy, man.
Mm-mm.
yeah. Starting to
If
look
they're
more like a
doing
committee.
yeah, if they're doing a committee or they're doing tryouts week 2, we're good. We don't want it.
Mm.
No.
No, we're good. So I'm happy I don't have any of them in my fantasy leagues. But we did kind of say, hey, Chase Edmonds might be kind of good. So sorry.
All right,
What do we got?
Bucks
What's the next one
Saints.
next?
Quick shout out to my main guy, Mike Evans.
Oh yeah, get
This jersey's
suspended,
for
bro.
him.
Get
Yeah,
suspended.
yep. I had him on my starting team. Got suspended. He got ejected and then suspended. I really appreciate what you're doing out there.
That's
Um,
a veteran play. He doesn't care about your fantasy. He does not care about your fantasy.
nah, he loves Tom Brady though.
That's right. I hey, respect. I respect it. But as a fantasy owner, come on, what are you doing to me? Ugh.
Yeah. His 1,000-yard season might be in jeopardy because of that suspension, I will say.
Might be,
His consistency is on the line because of that.
Yep.
But Tom Brady, once again, I will say I told you so.
Yeah, dude, I'm panicking. If I'm a Tom Brady owner, I'm hitting the panic button. So sorry. I have an S tier, man. I have S tier. But I will say, I will say that they are struggling at receiver. They lost Chris Godwin. There's no Julio. I mean, they're throwing to Brashad Perriman. Like, I
Don't
think
disrespect Perryman.
now, no disrespect to Perriman. I'm just saying, you know, he's not their go-to options here.
I learned my lesson when I disrespected him in the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this offense is going to improve. Maybe call me crazy. I think this offense is going to improve with a little bit of health. To week 5, to week 6. Maybe don't play Tom Brady until then. But I think that they're going to rebound a little bit when we get Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Julio on the field together, if they even can. Maybe they can. Maybe it's just not in the cards for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But man, this is rough.
If Julio is healthy next week, I think he's a must start.
Yep.
With no Godwin or Mike Evans. I don't know. I don't know who Brady will throw to. I mean, Russell Gage is there too, which is true.
Russell Gage could, get some target.
He could be a flex play.
Scotty Miller got like 8 targets though. Like, I don't know. The Saints have a good defense too.
Yeah.
But I'm steering clear of Tom Brady though. I'm so sorry. I threw you guys all off. I said Tom Brady S tier, but I like it. I'm sorry. The C tier, man. Just for a little bit here.
No. You just gotta hold on. It's okay. If you own Tom Brady in 3 leagues, you're going to be fine. Okay? He's gonna bounce back next week. Don't worry.
I can see him bouncing back in all honesty.
In my soul, I feel it. The bounce back is coming, but I need to see it for a week before I ever start him. Just, oh God, I'm sorry. You can start Fournette. That's fine. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. They didn't really do anything until the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Oh man. Other side of the ball though. You see how many interceptions Jameis Winston threw?
Dude, the one.
Oh my goodness.
The one Buccaneers player was like, when we played with Jameis, we knew he was throwing the ball to the other team, so we were just expecting that for this game.
It's really funny. Yeah, the interceptions all over the place. It was like, oof.
Classic Jameis.
I forget who it was, but didn't one of the corners get like 2 interceptions in this game? Jamel Dean had 2 interceptions. He caught his second one and just threw up like a 2. He's like, 2.
Jameis Winston interceptions are worth a little less, I'd say, than the normal interception.
Yeah, that should be a scoring rule. The sleeper scoring rule. Jameis Winston interceptions are worth half points. But Chris Olave though, 13 targets. He's really getting into this offense.
He should have had a touchdown late in the game, like one of the last plays that the Saints had, but he fumbled it.
Ooh, that's not what we want to hear.
Yeah. But it's encouraging.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying it's still encouraging to see Chris Olave.
Yeah, it's tough with rookies to like trust them. Like, is this just like a really good game for them? Are they gonna be? It's just with rookies. My constant question is, what is their consistency gonna be? Like, we don't know. We don't have a sample size of them, so it's hard to trust them, kind of. But I'm definitely gaining trust in Chris Olave because he's getting commanding target share, and he's very talented. Many of these rookie receivers. that I'm borderline starting Chris Olave. I have him.
Yeah. You trust in Michael Thomas now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I have Michael Thomas, he's starting for sure. He had such a nice toe tap grab on the sideline. It wasn't even his touchdown. It was just like a sideline catch for like 15 yards or something, 15, 20 yards. It was crazy. I saw that catch and I was like, Michael Thomas is just that guy. Like he's so talented. He's so good. I've been pounding this drum and I'm not gonna stop. Michael Thomas is gonna be real good this year. Keep starting him. We don't stop. Keep starting. What's up with Kamara though? That
Yeah,
sucks.
he didn't play.
Yeah.
uh, Hopefully that's just a 1 week thing. I think he played through the rib injury in week 1.
Okay.
But
I think reaction to that though, I'm not targeting any handcuff for Kamara. I know this is against the Buccaneers, but like I don't know. Mark Ingram
nah,
can have decent games.
Mark,
He's getting up there. He's pretty old. He's getting up there.
yeah, he's
I
old.
don't know.
Mark Ingram used to be the guy for handcuffs uh, back in the glory days of Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Mhm.
He was always a good start whenever Kamara wasn't playing. But it's not those days anymore.
He fumbled this game too. I wouldn't be concerning myself with a handcuff with Kamara. I'd just look elsewhere, personally.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Anything else we want to add about that one?
Not really.
The highlights
Mm.
from that game were fun.
Yeah.
Definitely fun to watch.
Mm.
I watch that every week. I watch that NFL like highlights like compilation that they post, and they don't put them like back to back. Sometimes they'll like sprinkle them out. So it's like, oh, Jameis threw an interception, and then it's like 2 minutes later in the video, it's like, oh wait, Jameis threw an interception, and then it's like 3 minutes later in the video, it's like, wait, didn't Jameis already throw out 2 interceptions? This is a different interception? Yeah, it is. That's 3.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston probably listens to this podcast, and we're gonna lose a viewer.
Oh, man. If you want to come on to the podcast, Jameis,
Yeah,
you're definitely welcome to.
curse us out or something. What
Have
we
a
got?
Yeah,
Commanders and
Carson.
Lions.
Hot take, Carson
What's up
Wentz,
with
waiver ad,
Carson?
waiver ad, waiver ad, waiver ad. Go get Carson Wentz on your team right now.
I
Go
think
get
so.
him right now and you start him. I don't care. Start him. You're starting Carson Wentz over Aaron Rodgers. I don't care. You're starting Carson Wentz.
Trey Lance enjoyers, please go get Carson Wentz. He's a good emergency replacement.
This just might be where he clicks. This might be where he clicks. I mean, we're looking at Matt Ryan on the Colts, right? How horrible is that game that we just saw? Like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna have Matt Ryan for like a season and they're gonna move on, right?
The Colts,
Maybe this.
but it's just a revolving door at QB ever
Yeah.
since Andrew Luck left.
Maybe this situation is just the right situation for Carson Wentz to thrive. Like that's a semi a lukewarm take after these 2 games, but everyone is so out on Carson Wentz, and they have been for like 2 seasons, which is understandable. Questionable quarterback play, but what we're seeing, I think that this could be just what Carson Wentz is. I think you're gonna get some stinker games, but like he's got weapons around him. They have this is a pretty decent squad, honestly. I like what I'm seeing, obviously.
I'm
Curtis
still selling.
Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, like
It's a good receiving core for
it's a
sure.
good receiving core.
I still might be selling high on Curtis Samuel.
I feel like I'm holding, man.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know if that production's going to stay at that level. I think you can get a pretty penny for Curtis Samuel right now.
I think if I have Curtis Samuel, McLaurin, or Dotson, they're not going anywhere. That's where I'm at all three. And that's crazy because, like, can you really have three viable fantasy receivers on a team?
It can't be done.
So far, yes, but this offense has just looked good. It's just looked good. I know they lost this game, but man, I will hop potentially on the sell high of Curtis Samuel in that he has a pretty significant injury history, and I could totally see him getting hurt. So that could be a consideration. And I do think that they're gonna try to be like work more Jahan Dotson as wide receiver too than Curtis Samuel, but like the target volume for Samuel these first two games is insane. I don't know. What do you think, Connor? What are these guys you like, or do you
Hmm.
not?
I don't know. Like, I think last week I was like, no for Curtis Samuel. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and he puts up this game. It's, I don't know who's. I mean, depending on what you can get for Curtis Samuel, like, probably good to sell high on him because there's still a lot of uncertainty there. Like, there's three receivers. Um, Probably not feeling too good with Terry McLaurin, where you drafted him. Um, Now with these
I'd
two
buy it.
receivers, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
You might be able to get Kyle Pitts out of Curtis Samuel.
That's crazy. That's insanity. I would do that. I'd honestly do
yeah, I think you'd probably have to.
that. Is Terry McLaurin a buy low?
He could be, yeah. I don't know if I'm buying him yet. I mean, this receiving core is a little bit of a question mark on who is the top dog here. It should be Terry McLaurin, but it all depends on who Carson's thrown to. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
be
spread the
a
ball out a
risky buy
lot.
low, I feel like.
Well,
What's it?
they spread the ball out for sure, but like the thing is, like I saw the big like the big like question mark, not even question mark. The thing that people were saying was like Carson Wentz is going to throw 40 times a game, and then this game has 6 times. I don't know. The volume seems great if they continue.
Yeah, the Commanders are just consistently down in the game. You know, all three receivers could be viable.
Uh, others, I guess we'll move other side of the ball. Amon-Ra St. Brown looking like that guy, looking good, real
This is
good.
a yeah, this is a guy I'm not selling high on.
I wouldn't.
I'm riding this wave
Oh yeah,
if I have him. He's gonna be top 5 receiver this season, I think. The way he's playing.
he's looking real good. DeAndre Swift didn't have like, well, he had a touchdown, so he had a pretty good game. But like, really like rushing wise, he only had 5 carries. But I don't know if you guys saw the highlights of this one. His runs just look so good, like every week. Like he's such a talented running back. He just looks so good. He has such explosive plays.
He's a really good running back. But I'm pretty sure he was on a snap count for this game because there
Okay,
was a lingering ankle issue, I think.
it's probably not there at all. My question mark with him coming into the season was like this is just the Lions offense, so I didn't really buy him in any leagues. And there's probably no room for this in your leagues, but if there's any way to trade for DeAndre Swift in that it's like a fair trade, I'd be buying. He just looks
Me
so
too.
good. He looks so good.
Yeah. Lions. I mean, last season, I think they were like the best worst team because like every game was competitive. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. This season, I think Lions could be the real deal. I think whoever they go up against, they have a real shot at winning.
That's what they said in Hard Knocks. They just said like every game's gonna be competitive or what it was, something like that. They want to be competitive every game or something. And I kind of was like, but like maybe, especially if they're close last year with the not the best results.
TJ Hawkinson could be a little disappointing if you drafted him with a
Yeah.
relatively high pick for tight end.
Philo?
I'm not giving up too much.
I kind of want to say no.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Seems like there's so many other weapons.
I know, yeah. You guys picking up Jamal Williams?
He should be owned in every league, I feel like. I mean, he's a good handcuff to have if DeAndre Swift ever goes down.
That's a very good point. And like a desperation flex play. He's not your worst bet either, because he could rumble for some touchdowns just out of nowhere. What do we got? What else we got? What's the next one? The Commanders are the most surprising team to me thus far.
Yeah, I mean,
even though I know they won one and lost one, but just how like potent this offense looks receiving wise, I'm surprised.
Yeah. I think we went over this game, didn't we? Seahawks 49ers.
Yeah, we did that one.
Yeah.
We have Rams Falcons to go over still. We got a couple.
Kyle Pitts owners, I'd be pissed. I'd be so mad.
Yeah. How they don't have that many weapons outside of Cordero Patterson, and Drake London looks good, but
yeah,
get Kyle Pitts involved.
I try to warn you guys for this season. I had Kyle Pitts last season. I do have Kyle Pitts in my dynasty league for this season, but last season when I had Kyle Pitts, this is what you can expect from Kyle Pitts: just 3-point games, like couple weeks in a row of 3-point games, and then he'll get you like a 20 to 27-point game.
Like with a tight end, that's not necessarily the worst deal.
It's not the worst,
frustrating.
But you're getting way more under 5-point games than you are getting any kind of production. Definitely a buy low candidate, I think.
I can see him being like the type of, I mean, if he was any other position other than tight end, I can see him being the guy that like you pull out of your lineup because you're like, I'm sick of this. And then immediately he gets like 30 points. You put him in, then 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what do I do?
No, definitely underperforming on where he was drafted in redraft leagues.
Yeah. Falcons are. Ugh.
Drake London, though, I mean,
yeah,
looking nice.
He's looking good.
He's looking nice, for sure. On the other side of the ball, Darrell Henderson might be a sell high kind of candidate because they're giving Cam Akers 15 carries. He got 5. Now Cam Akers is getting 5 carries more than Darrell Henderson. Yeah.
I said buy low on Cam Akers. Yeah, I was saying that they have to give him more carries than they did week 1. They just have to.
But to be fair, Darrell Henderson in this game did look better than Cam Akers in terms of yards per carry. And he was the one that ended up getting a touchdown.
Yeah.
To me, I almost just want to get out of this backfield. Like, just if someone is willing to give me something for Darrell Henderson, who I probably got off of waivers, doing it. And if someone's willing, I mean, if you have Cam Akers, you probably invested too high to want to trade him. That's probably where your mindset is at. You're like, I invested a 5th round pick in this guy. I'm not going to just trade him for nothing. And you're just going to ride the wave and just keep him on your bench. But if you have Darrell Henderson, that'd be my go-to, is try to sell. Just get out of this confusion.
Yeah, we don't like confused backfields. Uh, but I mean, Cooper Cup still doing his thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Allen
Finally,
Robinson got his
yeah, Allen
touchdown.
Robinson. He
Hmm.
almost had 2. They took away to play.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow. That would have been real nice. That's very encouraging to see.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be a good strategy to only throw to one player, and they probably realize that.
They got the win. They got that W against the Falcons.
Didn't they? They almost lost it, didn't they?
They did. I almost got my
Or
hot
lost.
take right. I said Falcons over Rams.
Yeah, but
I
like the
was like,
Rams were
no
like killing
way.
them for the longest time, I thought, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden they kind of like came back.
Yeah. I think there was like a pick 6 and like the Rams offense just kind of
Mhm.
stalled. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Cordell Patterson doesn't look
Trust
too
him.
good with the rookie. Kind
I,
of.
I said to sell high, man.
You gotta trust them. You gotta
Yeah.
trust them. No, I feel like I'd ride the Cordero Patterson wave like a week or two, like one or two more weeks, depending on the matchup. The Rams have a pretty decent defense, so I'm not as much hitting the panic button on Cordero Patterson, but
Yeah, they
it's
were
just weird.
down by a lot this game, so they're more so. I mean, they were running the ball decent amount of times actually. Yeah, I don't know. Another
Because like
backfield I don't like.
yeah, but like my thing is like his yards per carry is still pretty high, like 4.1 yards per carry. First game looking at 5.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, you know.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
just a
5 is
question of
good.
usage.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they want to get the rookie involved. So that hurts his value a lot,
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
opinion.
And I feel like if you have Cordero Patterson, you probably didn't invest in super high picks, so you're not like super upset over this. You're probably like pleasantly surprised by the first game kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This game was crazy. This Cardinals
this
Raiders
was a
game.
really good game.
This game was crazy.
What, but like, what's going on with Kyler Murray? I feel like I don't know. He's not doing what people thought he would.
I don't know.
I mean, he made some clutch plays at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm not personally worried about Kyler Murray, but I hate this backfield. Where's
Yeah,
James? Did James Conner get hurt or something?
I think he got hurt, didn't he?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. All apologies to James Conner again. I've been disrespecting you way too much in this podcast.
Yeah, but I'm not adding. For some reason, I'm not adding Daryl Williams.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ne In his entire career, Daryl Williams, I feel like he's always been a handcuff for some running back
yeah,
who usually
yeah,
gets hurt and then he gets thrown in and just
yeah,
nothing really happens.
yeah. His ESPN picture is the perfect epitome of what you just explained. He's just not smiling. He's just like this. Lazily happy. I'm just here. Oh my god.
But
If
Zach
you,
Ertz looking
yeah, if
like
you,
a safety valve
oh
for Kyler
yeah,
Murray.
Mm.
yeah. I'm feeling good about Ertz for sure. And I threw out the Ertz thing before the season started because I'm like, hey, they're not gonna have Hopkins. I know they are gonna have Marquise Brown, but someone's gonna have to step up receiving wise and go Birds just because I've seen Zach Ertz play. I'm a Zach Ertz fan, so there's a little bit of bias involved there, but I do think he's gonna have a pretty decent season, especially for a tight end in fantasy.
Yeah. Marquise Brown, kind of disappointing me.
It is disappointing.
Mhm.
He's getting a lot of targets, but it is disappointing.
Yeah. And with DeAndre Hopkins coming back in 4 weeks, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
This
any
is
way,
his time to shine.
yeah.
Yeah.
If there's
I'm
any
not.
way you can trade for DeAndre Hopkins, I'm doing it for sure.
Yeah. I'm not selling Marquise Brown yet. I mean, he's gonna have to have like a really good game for me to sell
Yeah, could be a situation where D Hop comes back that opens up the field more for him.
him. Yeah,
So
True,
true.
true. They could just both get better. Right.
yeah,
I guess Hopkins only can go up from being suspended, but
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know if Kyler can. I mean, now we're doing the Tua argument. I don't know if Kyler's
Tua
gonna
can
be
do
able.
it. Kyler can do it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to support like two stud wide receivers. But
Mm.
I mean, I
I
guess
feel
we'll
like
find out.
I feel like it'll be like Ertz and Hopkins.
Yeah,
Be the offense kind of
yeah. I mean,
sprinkle in with James Conner.
even last season, I thought I remember DeAndre Hopkins being like really underwhelming and kind of
Yeah, he
inconsistent.
had like really good games and like really bad games.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's not a sure thing with Hopkins at all. But I bought into the low draft price of Hopkins, so I'm all in. I'm all in on the hype train. Choo choo.
yeah.
So
But my boy Devontae,
yeah, he's so legit. So
I mean,
legit.
only two
12 years.
catches,
Yeah,
but
no, I know. I'm kidding.
but
He is legit though.
hey, he's getting his touchdowns. That's what he's good at.
I'm not worried about Devontae Adams at all. Josh Jacobs keeps getting volume and like just kind of has like kind of disappointing results. I don't know.
yeah.
If you have him, you probably started him or you drafted him, but not the most encouraging.
No,
Darren Waller though,
Darren
yeah,
Waller. He's I think he's overachieving right now from where he was
you think so?
drafted. I
Oh,
think
oh yeah,
so.
where he's drafted, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, compared to Pitts,
That's
yeah.
what I was gonna. That's
It's
what I was gonna say. Yeah, the Kyle Pitts owners would do that trade in a heartbeat.
or
I think.
yeah, or even George Kittle because he hasn't even been
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think this will
I,
be the lowest yardage Devontae Adams puts up this whole season, though.
I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I think
bet the
Devontae
farm on
Adams
that
might be helping out Darren Waller by opening up the field more for him.
probably.
Because I remember there was some questions and like how that was going to work, like if Devontae was going to steal targets away from Darren Waller or was going to open the field up more. But I think this Devontae move has been a a positive effect on Darren Waller.
I mean, I think just more talented playmakers is just better. I think that's just what I'm kind of gathering from what we're seeing fantasy wise.
Mhm. Right.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Texans Broncos.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Damian Pierce, the guy now.
I don't know. I don't know. We said it in the answers, but neither does anyone else. I
No,
guess. I
I don't even
guess.
think their coaching staff knows.
No, he should be. He, I feel like he should be. If you put Rex Burkhead out there for 6, he's gonna break. Like he just isn't. It's not. He can't. There's no way. Damian Pierce, I feel like could potentially be a workhorse. Like he's young, seems pretty talented. Like that's the route I would go if I were the Texans. But do I trust them in making that decision? Yeah.
Yeah. Are you buying Damian Pierce?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I don't think I'd give that much though, because like this offense is really just like how many scoring opportunities do you think this offense is really gonna have? It's gonna
Uh,
be if you're buying Damian Pierce, you're buying him for the volume,
yeah.
and
I don't think you have to give too much up to get him.
Yeah, I think people drafted him higher, thinking he's going to be the starter, and you know expected more from him. It's kind of been you know iffy. So I mean, I think I would buy him, um,
I think
just
I'd buy him
because
also.
there's not too many running backs I like. Yeah, take a chance on Damian Pierce. Why not?
Yeah, it's definitely encouraging seeing him get so many carries uh, so early on in the season, like week 2, for sure. And I mean, does he really have that much competition in the backfield? Like the first game, it was like Rex Burkhead. Now it's just seems to be no one. Is Rex Burkhead hurt, or they just not even play him?
I'm not sure.
Looks like he got 2
Season.
catches.
So he was playing then.
Yeah, I don't know. I always get scared of backfields that like one game you think it's this is the pitcher, and then the next game is just a completely different pitcher. Like that.
I just don't see a
That always
world
scares
in
me.
which I agree with you. I just don't see a world in which Rex Burkhead is like their starter come week 7. I just don't. I don't see it.
Yeah, me neither.
So if following that logic, I would say buy low on Damian Pierce, but really, really curb your expectations in terms of touchdowns. Like if I traded for Damian Pierce, I don't know if I'd be starting Damian Pierce for like unless the matchup is favorable
Right.
or unless I had to.
Yeah, like bye weeks or
Yeah,
injuries.
yeah.
It,
He
it could definitely be a good depth add.
yeah. The only other person that I'm even looking at Houston wise, Brandon Cooks
Yeah, Brandon
getting those
Cook.
targets, 54 yards. It's a down game for the Texans, but you Brandon Cooks, I'm still feeling good starting him. It's fine.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely.
This is
I
gonna
mean,
happen against
yeah,
the Texans. It's gonna happen.
down game for the Texans, and I mean, he still got you 9 points, which isn't completely devastating.
Yeah. Broncos side of things, I think things are clearing up. Cortland Sutton's looking good, right?
Oh yeah, I always like Cortland Sutton more than Judy, but Judy did
Now
get hurt this game.
he did get hurt. I don't know at what point in the game he got hurt. Was it early? Do we know?
It was pretty early, I
I
think.
think it was first
Okay.
half. I'm not sure
Okay.
how late into the first half, but I mean, the Broncos offense as a whole didn't really do much until later in the game, I thought.
Yeah.
This could be a situation in which Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are both fantasy viable receivers, though. I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe it's one of those things where they just bounce back and forth, where it's like it's a Jeudy game or it's a Sutton game. I think they've both shown that they can be good receivers, but can't be good receivers consistently week in and week out.
yeah, right now, I
That's my
mean,
question.
especially with that injury with Judy, I think it's a shoulder injury, but with Sutton, I think he is the only receiver that I am comfortable with starting every week. I think he is going to get a consistent target share, which makes his floor much higher than a lot of other receivers, I think.
I do think Jerry Jeudy could potentially be a buy low though
Oh, right now, yeah.
with this big Sutton game, because it's definitely encouraging seeing him have such a big game the first week. Uh, and it, I don't know. I was coming into the season like super like unsure of how this is gonna play out. If they were just gonna have like one of them get the target share, but I think if they're both on the field, it might be one of those scenarios again where it kind of just makes them both better.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Wilson, it's been kind of a rough few weeks for him. I mean, I was on the Russell Wilson hype train. I still am. I'm not jumping ship at all, but definitely he's not doing what I was expecting him to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, no.
Uh,
I think there would be a good chance of him ironing out. these issues like with the receivers and everything, making adjustments and stuff. So
Right. Building that chemistry and all that. Yeah.
yeah,
Russell Wilson definitely. I mean, I I would buy low on him if I don't have to give up that much, especially if you have Trey Lance on your team.
True. Very true.
Um, Javonte Williams. I mean, I like Javonte Williams a
Yeah,
lot.
he's looking good. Yeah, the only thing with Javonte Williams why I didn't give like a second round pick for him was because of the lingering Melvin Gordon thing, where he's just gonna get like this. He got 10 carries of the 25 carries between the two of them,
Yeah, and
and he played well.
Gordon's also seeing like goal line work.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and I didn't get to watch this game, but in week one, Melvin Gordon had two opportunities to punch it in at the 1 yard line, and then he fumbled on the second chance,
yeah.
and then they gave it to Javonte Williams, who also fumbled.
I do think though that like Melvin Gordon's just a proven like talented running back. He is like getting older, but I don't think he's gonna be relevant this season. I wouldn't ever feel like great about starting him, but if I needed to, just throw him in and hope he rumbles in for a touchdown or something. Like
Yeah, if you're
that's just where I'm.
desperate, yeah, if you're desperate, Melvin Gordon could be a flex play if you're hoping for a touchdown, but definitely a
If
good
it,
handcuff to have.
yeah, good handcuff. If either one of those guys weren't there, you'd be looking at a top 15 running back for sure. Though it's just I feel like they're capping each other's value. Javante looks real good though.
Yeah, he's looking efficient.
Yeah.
And my hot tamale take game.
My, I can't believe this. I really cannot believe this. Like,
I just had a feeling.
how?
People were
Why?
counting the Cowboys out. It's like,
Why? Why?
well, I mean, number one answer, I feel like Bengals have no O line. They can't protect
Yeah,
Joe Burrow at all. He doesn't have any time to actually throw the ball. Like
that is so huge. Like, it's so huge.
he got sacked six times last week, 6 times this week. I think he's on pace to get sacked 111 times this
He's gonna,
season.
he's gonna get hurt.
That's what I'm worried about. Like
Like,
if
he's
they
gonna
can't
get hurt.
protect him, like he's just gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
And um they were bragging about how they fixed this O line in the off season, and this one guy they picked up was like, don't worry, Joe, I'm your bodyguard now, and it's just like not
Nice.
protecting him at all. But
I think your window for buying low on CD Lamb is gone.
y-
Maybe not entirely, but I think it's going.
yeah, I mean he's getting the volume. He's definitely like the number one option on that team, which I mean we all should have known.
And with
Uh,
Dak coming back in like only like 3 weeks or something, like it's not that significant amount of time to miss.
right.
Like, I, last week was the week to trade for him, and
Yeah.
I tried, guys, I tried my hardest. It didn't work out, but
Yeah.
it's interesting with potentially Michael Gallup coming back. How does that shake
True.
up things?
yeah, I think
Might open
initially
up the field
until
more.
yeah, it might open up the field more, but I think until Dak comes back, for sure, like you can't trust Gallup, right?
Yeah, seems like Noah Brown and Cooper Rush have a pretty good connection going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
5
Um,
receptions, touchdown.
Yeah, people are saying like no Brown's a waiver pickup, but I'm not using one of my waiver picks on him personally, especially like with Michael Gallup coming back. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Pollard looked good. Pollard looked really good,
yeah,
like receiving and
dude,
rushing.
dude, Pollard would be such a good fantasy player if he was the guy,
Yeah, he would.
if he was
He's
the
going.
only
He's
guy.
going. He's going to be. Like he's going to be that guy at one point. I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
Zeke,
mean,
as a Zeke owner, I'm giving this man one more game because next game they got the Giants. I'm giving this guy one more game. If we don't get a good game
hey,
against the Giants,
Derrick Henry couldn't get it
bench,
done.
bench.
Derrick Henry couldn't get a good game out of the Giants,
Yep, yep.
so I might have to give him 2 games.
Pollard just looks like a more explosive running back
Yeah, he's
than
got
what
the
Elliott
fresh
was.
legs.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shame though, because like Ezekiel Elliott is a very good player. Just like it's tough with running backs. It's like where's that cutoff coming? Is this his cutoff? 27?
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be. I really in my soul I feel a bounce back game next week for Zeke against the Giants. Divisional game, Giants. If it doesn't happen there, I that's bench city for me. With
Yeah,
Pollard playing so well too, and no Dak.
right. Yeah. But going back to the Bengals real quick, like T. Higgins and like Jamar Chase, I'm not really worried.
I'm not worried at all. Not
I
worried at all.
mean, you give Joe Burrow some more time, and everyone's going to be eating pretty well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we'll have to see if they ever fix that issue.
What do we got? What do we got?
One
We're getting through
more.
most of them. Only one more.
Yeah,
All right.
last one.
Cool. And we got hot tamale takes. Are you guys ready? Hot tamale takes.
Yeah, I gotta look at some matchups. But how you feeling, Connor? After that one, you
Uh, I
can't be
hate.
surprised, right?
Yeah, I hate when they give me hope. You know, like just lose like by a lot. You know, we were winning the first quarter. I was like, okay, Justin Fields looked pretty good, and then 21 straight to the Packers.
Yep.
Like could not stop the run. A.J.
So
Dillon, Aaron Jones just looking really good.
yeah, we didn't really have to pass the ball that much,
Yeah, yeah. You just needed to
and
hand that ball off, and
yeah, we were ripping some long runs there. I will say, I'm pretty sure Justin Fields did have that like rushing touchdown.
mhm,
Like from those replays, to me it looked like the ball broke the playing field, and I think
yeah,
it would have been a completely different game if that went through.
yeah. Down by a touchdown at that point if he scores
Yeah,
that. But
yeah, that's tough. But
yeah.
Darnell Mooney, is he suddenly a drop candidate? Like what? Or is this just like a fluke game? It just
I'm saying fluke. You're the expert, Connor.
I don't know, because the pass offense for the Bears has been terrible forever. Like last year, pretty bad. Like I expected more from Robinson and Mooney last year, and it's not looking good. There's not much talent other than Mooney. Um, 'cause- yeah, it's not looking good. I'll say
yeah.
that.
I mean, David Montgomery was good. The touches
Hmm.
he got
Yeah,
uh, might be maybe the only semi-reliable player from the Bears, fantasy wise.
yeah, yeah. I would say Montgomery's the only one, and he's not even that great. Because I mean, you got Khalil Herbert, who could be a guy who takes a lot of carries. Wasn't
Right.
this game, but um, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough being a Bears
Bleak.
fan.
Yeah. Yeah, bleak outlook, but I mean, if you're still a believer in Mooney, like you could definitely go out and get him for pretty cheap right now, I think.
Hmm.
I was before the season. Now I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying low. This might be a steer clear.
He's receiver one on a
Yeah,
team that might need to pass the ball a lot.
yeah,
So
it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But the Packers, another week goes by and that receiving picture still pretty murky in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, Sammy Watkins had some pretty big plays, but
Trust in that.
like I said, like we just had to run the ball off or hand the ball off, and that's all we needed to do. So, I mean, we didn't pass it too much. Um, and the one passing red zone play that we did have, Alan Lazard was the go-to option there, which is encouraging to see. But yeah, we're gonna need some more time. Uh, I mean, we might be shifting to a run-first offense where Aaron Rodgers doesn't pass it that much, and he might not need to with having Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon out on the field. Uh, they're actually like playing snaps together, which is kind of unusual. We haven't really done that before, but I
Yeah,
think that's extremely good news for both AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones that they're both just
for
out there
sure.
at the same time.
Hmm.
I mean, they have to realize that's two of the three most talented players on your roster, so it's kind of hard to like sit one half the game and if one of them can reliably catch passes,
Yeah.
uh,
I did say that Alan Lazard, I believe that Alan Lazard will come out on top in this receiving core, but I also did say at the start of the season that I could see Aaron Jones picking up a lot of that loss production we got from Devontae Adams. I think this is the first game where we really got to see that.
for sure. So sorry, Connor. I feel like we just blew through the Bears stuff. We're like, Montgomery, maybe. Yeah. All right. So now it's rough, man.
But yeah, I definitely want AJ Dillon if I have Aaron Jones, just as insurance, because AJ Dillon will be a top running back if Aaron Jones ever goes down, and vice versa.
I think you. I honestly, if you had Dylan, I feel like you could start him.
Yeah. Both are
Yeah,
starting, I
Like you
think.
could just start them both.
absolutely. Yeah, they're both getting red zone looks, and this is I think still a high powered offense. I think we can put up points pretty efficiently, but yeah, I wasn't pressing the panic button. I wasn't gonna press the panic button on the Packers until this game was over. So feeling good. Is it time for hot tamale takes?
Hot tamale takes. That's your week two recap and analysis. I really like the direction. I'll say this right now. I really like the direction our podcast has gone because I enjoy we just we're hanging out, we're conversing, we're looking at the scores, talking about games, talking about players. Like this is
I
what Lakeside Fantasy is all about. We're
this
just hanging out.
well said. This is exactly what we're about.
Yeah,
Just talking some football. We're not on like a strict schedule or anything like that, or like we gotta talk about certain things like waiver rankings and stuff like that. We're just talking about having a conversation about football. Just
it's
great.
always fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, hot tamale take. This is gonna be
Jets
a good
and
one.
the
Don't you
Bengals.
do it.
Let's
Don't you do it. I saw it. Don't you do it.
Should
I'm
I
playing
curse the
games.
Bengals? I think
It's
I have the power to give them a
kind of
win or a loss this week.
kind of kind of fun that way. But
Let
don't
let
do it.
let me look at the other games, and I'll determine if I want to be mean to the Bengals again. I can also pull it up online. I'm looking at all the games. I'm not really seeing any games that would be like hot tamale.
Yeah, like, I was gonna say Dolphins beat Bills, but I don't even know if that's hot tamale. That's kind of just jumping on the hype train.
I think that is
You know,
still I think that's still hot tamale in my
that'll be
opinion.
my pick. That's my pick. I'm jumping on that hype train. Hot tamale. Dolphins beat Bills. Best.
Uh,
They silence all doubters by. I'll make it super hot tamale. They silence all doubters. They go out there. They put up another 40-point performance on the Bills defense.
that's hot tamale,
Hot
man.
tamale. 40-point bomb on the Bills defense. That's my pick.
Start Waddle and Hill
Start them both. Start them both now.
and Tua.
And Tua. I don't know if I believe my pick, but I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it.
I hate to do it to him 3 weeks in a row, but I have to go Jets against the Bengals.
Yes. Do it.
Jets squeaked out a victory against the Browns. Joe Flacco looking like an elite quarterback. I think.
Oh my gosh.
I think Jets get enough. They got 6 sacks on Joe Burrow. Then Jets eke out a victory.
I love it. I love the pick. We starting Garrett Wilson all day long.
Oh yeah,
All day long.
He's getting 35 points this week.
Locked and loaded.
He's a locked pick.
I love that. I love it. I'm gonna write these down. Are you putting hot sauce on that one? Maybe not hot sauce worthy, but that's the pick.
I'll do a random hot sauce. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do the hottest one.
Okay.
I'll do a random one.
Again,
Okay, we got.
thinking between two. Think either Colts over Chiefs.
Oh,
Okay.
pretty hot.
Yeah, that's pretty
That-
spicy.
I mean, at the
That's
start of
pretty
the
high on
season,
the skill wheel.
yeah. At the start of the season, I wouldn't have thought that'd be a hot take, but like after this week,
They're down
that's a hot
bad
take.
right now.
Oh yeah.
Or Lions over Vikings.
Ooh.
Okay.
I was looking at that one.
Yeah,
I
that's an
I
interesting one.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was hot enough though.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
like
as
I
hot as
kind
the
of
Colts
like
against the
I like the
Chiefs.
Colts beating the Chiefs. I think that's what I'm going
Yes.
with.
Yeah.
See, I like these picks because if we hit them, we come back here. We're like, yo,
Uh-huh.
you guys can believe it. We told you. We told you.
Yeah. But hey man, I told you I think the Bengals are gonna be a lot worse than people think. It's looking that way so far.
You're cursing them. You're actually cursing them.
Dude, if the Jets beat the Bengals this week, I'm just their curse.
You gotta
I am
keep.
just
You
a
gotta
big
keep going.
curse.
You gotta keep. You have to keep going.
Yeah. 0-17 Bengals.
Oh my God, from Super Bowl winless. Of course, I've won all season. But all right.
Heard it here first, folks. 0-17 Bengals. Sell Jamar Chase now.
Ooh, Bills are beating up on the Titans, it looks like.
Well, they're gonna get smoked next week by the Dolphins, so better enjoy it while it lasts.
But Yeah, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, it's a
Unless
good
you
place
guys
to
have,
Good
stop.
week.
yeah,
Good week. Best of luck in everyone's fantasy matchups next week. Enjoy the games.
yeah,
So nice football's back, huh? It's so nice.
yeah. The weeks fly by now. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right.
this has
Until next
been,
week.
yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is Lakeside Fantasy, where we don't have the answers, but neither do the experts. Thanks for
That's right.
joining us, guys.
Catch y'all later.
See
See
ya.
you.